Hello, everybody. Craig from UR Compt here. As you can tell, I'm deep into quarantine. I'm looking like Ernest Hemingway, my beard. I've got a very special guest. Is Neil Gums with MSC Cruises. Before I let you talk, Neil, I got to brag on you. Neil, I think anybody that knows the UR Comp story knows that MSC and Neil play a huge part in it. When we were first getting started, Neil, I guess MSC was kind of just getting started in the U.S. and we connected, and you guys took a shot on us, and we were able to send you some business and work together. And I think it's been a huge success story for both MSC and UR Comp. And anyway, obviously, every time I get a chance, I brag on you and thank you. So thank you for that, and thanks for being here, Neil.
Thanks, Craig. It's a pleasure to be with you as well today. I'd just like to say I hope you, your family, all of your staff and your team, and all of your players are keeping safe and staying healthy during this time.
Well, I appreciate it. I can speak for our family, and we're staying safe. We're socially distancing and enjoying some nice weather. And I hope the same for you and your family.
Yep. So far, so good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, it's been a good journey with us so far with UR Compt. We've enjoyed our partnership so far, and we hope that it goes even further as we come back out of the tunnel, as we should say.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, hopefully it'll be sooner than we fear. Yeah, that's right the way to put it. But so a lot of people have already experienced, a lot of people in the UR Comp family have already experienced MSC, but a lot of people haven't. And we've got questions from all kinds of people, experienced and inexperienced MSC cruisers. So I'm going to start with a kind of general question. What is the casino experience like with MSC?
Because our casinos are really the top of the line. They're very modern, and it's a nice European modern design. We have top of the range slots with all of the denominations. And the good thing about MSC is we're always refreshing our floors. So if you walk into any casino and you see the newest game, I can guarantee once you come onto MSC, you will see some of those same games on our casino floors. We're very good at that. We carry a lot of good product. Table games, we have all of the table types that you would expect to see in any normal casino. We have all of the side bets on our games as well. We even carry single zero roulette for those who like to play a little bit of the European style roulette or the French roulette. Yeah.
Excellent. And just to put anyone's minds at ease, the casinos are in dollars, right? They're not having to swap out euros or something crazy like that.
In the US market, yeah, we're all in dollars. If any of your players wanted to go over to Europe or the Mediterranean, then they would see the difference because they would be carrying and operating in euros over in the Mediterranean and Europe.
Okay. And outside of the casino, what is the atmosphere on MSC cruises like?
The atmosphere, well, we are truly a global cruise line. And so with our destinations, we go to about 200 different destinations, and we carry at least 180 different nationalities. So you can imagine the atmosphere on board is one of a very international atmospheres where everybody mixes together. So we still have our Mediterranean heritage too. And so you will get that feel of the Mediterranean flair, the international atmosphere, as well as some of good homegrown feelings on board. So you'll get a taste of everything on board of our ships. You won't miss out on anything.
Wonderful. And I will say the shows are the best on the ocean. Every time I go on an MSC cruise, I'm always marvel at how great the show product is.
Yeah, and they keep updating the shows all the time. And if you go onto our newer ships, such as the Bellissima, the Meraviglia, which sometimes sails from New York, then you can even catch, Cirque du Soleil at sea. And you can catch one of those two different shows that they do each voyage. And they're amazing. I've been to see them myself. You can either do a dinner show or you can just go in there for a cocktail and the show itself. They're absolutely phenomenal. And to think that they do all of that at sea is unbelievable.
Now, obviously, a lot of people watching this video, a lot of the UR Comp family, they love comps, and they may be curious, how do comps work on MSC? Is there a point system? Do you give certificates? Tell us about comps with MSC.
Points, yeah. Same as regular casino. You use your room key or your chart, your room card, your cruise card we call it. You use that, and for every ours is average about $3. $3 is equal to 1 point on average across the board. So on the slots, $3 of coin in gives you 1 point. Now, if you earn 1,200 points or more on a 7-day cruise, then you are automatically receive a voucher for 30% off a cruise fare for your next cruise, which is a great reward. Now, as you get higher and higher, once you reach 10,000 points, you're now into the earned cabin, earned stateroom category. So you start to earn a stateroom category once you hit that 10,000 point mark, and from there, the more points you earn, then the higher up the categories you get to. So if you earn so many points, you could reach the yacht club, which is ship within a ship experience, and that is really hitting the heights, so to speak, with MSC, hitting those points. So we have all of those rewards going on board as well.
And what's nice and unique about your certificates is that it isn't limited to a list of sailings. It's actually quite flexible what you offer with your certificates. You want to talk about that really quick?
As you know, Craig, we're known for our motto with MSC, free means free. So once you receive an offer from your comp or you receive a certificate on board from your play, then your cruise is absolutely free. And we offer it for 10 nights or less anywhere we sail. And so your travel or wherever you want to explore, you have so many different itineraries, so many different destinations that you can choose from, and it's totally free. And so that is the one thing that we are very proud of shouting off from the rooftops, that it is free. We take care of the port taxes and the fees. Your cruise is free, 10 nights or less, any destination on any of our ships. So we don't narrow it down. We have a great relationship. The casinos have a great relationship with revenue management, and basically we have access to the full MSC inventory. So we won't turn around and say, unless the ship is sold out, we would never turn around and say, I'm sorry, but we can't book you on this. We've covered our block. If it's available and your players see that stateroom online and they've done their homework and they've looked at msccruises.com, seen the ship they want to go on, the stateroom they'd really like to be in, and it's available, and when they call you our com to get it booked, then if it's still available, it's their stateroom. So we don't just have a block of staterooms, we have access to the full inventory.
Excellent. Now, pulling out cash in the casino or accessing money to play with is obviously a requirement. And so with MSC, is there a fee for pulling out money in the casino?
No, not at all. When you use your cruise card, either you're going to give it to the inspector at the tables, or you're going to put it into the insert card in the player tracking system that we have on board. There is no convenience fee whatsoever. We don't charge anything for you downloading funds onto the slot machine or at any of the tables for buying chips. Yeah, no convenience fee whatsoever. Another good thing about us at MSC is that we don't have a limit on what you can download or what you can request. So long as you have it on your folio, and so long as you have the funds available, you can use them in the casino. So there's no limits on that either.
And I think it's a good time to point out, in case you haven't noticed already, Neil has a wonderful accent. He's from across the pond, the UK. And so when he talks about giving your card to the inspector, there isn't a Inspector Gadget with a magnifying glass. That's what you guys call pit bosses. Is that right?
Correct. Yes. Supervisor, inspector, pit boss. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I should have made that more clear.
And he may call you a punter for anybody watching. Again, I think, isn't that what you guys call them? Punters?
Punters, yeah. We have sort of like slang as well for the amount of money, we call, tens and hundreds, and we have slang for that, but we won't go into them. No.
Okay, so we talked about for our comp players or people we send. Now, is that everybody? Is it people book through the casinos get are able to pull out money without any convenience fees, or is it anybody?
It's anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't charge anybody for that as well. Yeah.
And then comp drinks. Tell us about how that works.
Comp drinks, basically, if for your players who receive an offer from you to sail on MSC with what they've given to you and what they've qualified for, or if they receive a certificate on board, they will qualify for complimentary drinks while they're playing in the casino. Okay, and that goes for their stateroom partner as well, so long as they're playing. So both players or both of those guests, once they're playing in the casino, they're eligible for complimentary drinks while they're playing.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Yeah. I've got a couple more questions. I'll say them both at once because they're kind of tied together. If you are, and these came from members of the URComp family that responded to our call for questions on our Facebook page. One is, if you are a diamond status with MSC and got a balcony comp, does that mean every time you book with MSC, you qualify for a balcony comp as well? And then the second question is kind of related. What does MSC look at for future comps? Because I have offers for some ships, but not others.
Okay, so once you play on board with an offer you got from URComp, for example, once you go on board, depending on how many points you earn, you will earn that stateroom category. Now, we have at the moment our onboard reward program. Soon we'll be going out with our own MSC casino loyalty program. As of now, we have our MSC Cruises loyalty program, which is called the Voyagers Club. And that has so many benefits. And if any of your players haven't signed up for it before they do sail, they should go onto msccruises.com and click on Voyagers Club and sign up for the status match program that we call it. However, they will receive all of those benefits from when they first go on board. However, what they earn in the casino with regards to points determines which stateroom type they get. So if their first offer with MSC was the first offer with URComp was an ocean view stateroom, and then they played and they got 30,000 points, then they would automatically earn a balcony stateroom on the next one. So it always goes on the amount of points that they earn on board. And then the second part of that question, we look at win-loss. We look at average daily theoretical, if your players know what that is, and I think your players are pretty savvy, so they do know what that is. We go for average daily win, and we look at all areas of a player's worth and what they like to pay, and we determine what offers we have based on that also, Craig.
And what's nice about our partnership is we're very transparent with what those requirements are. So if you've played with MSC or if you haven't tried MSC yet, but you've played on a different cruise line, the offers that you see in your URComp portal will be reflective of that previous play. So we have open lines of communication about what you're looking for different types of offers, sailings, staterooms, and that is generally up to the minute reflective on your offers on our site if you log in. One thing you mentioned real quick was the Voyagers Club and I'm not sure if you mentioned it or not, but MSC does have a very unique and aggressive status match program. So can you maybe talk quickly about that and how will people know, or how do people apply for it, and how do they know if they got it or not?
Yes, we're great. We have a status match program. So if you are a frequent traveler, whether it's land-based hotels and casinos or whether it's other cruise companies, and you have a rewards card with them, MSC will match that up to our equivalent status on board prior to you sailing. So you don't need to have sailed with MSC to join our Voyagers Club and get the benefits of the tier that you are automatically matched with. So it's great for some of your players out there that cruise a lot, or they travel to casinos a lot around the country. They need to get online, go to the Voyagers Club, click on that, go to the status match program, complete the form. They send a little photograph of the card that they want it to be matched with, because I always say, go for your highest tier card that you have, because then the status that you get with MSC will be the equivalent, or will match what MSC's equivalent is. So it's a great thing that we have going right now. It's very popular, and we've actually, just because of what's been happening lately, we've already extended those of your players who are already Voyager Club players or Voyager Club members. We've already extended that until December 2021 if they enrolled, and it's supposed to run out in 2020. That's going to be extended to 21, and anyone who's in 2021 will be extended to 2022. So we've extended those privileges because of, in light of what's happened. So it's a great club to join. Lots of different benefits as you go up to the tier levels and how many days you've cruised and everything. So I recommend that all of you players, Craig, once they know that they're going to come and sail with us on MSC, they do go onto our website.
Well, speaking of what's happening at the moment, obviously there's been a lot of forced cancellations in the past month and pushing out a month. What kind of special upgrades or offers, or what's happening right now for the folks that have been canceled? What kind of incentives are MSC offering to get them to rebook?
Okay, yeah, it's been so sad. I mean, nobody wants to give up their vacation, and we certainly didn't want to come out of the water. But the incentives we have now is that the players now, if they rebook, then what they would do is they would only have to pay $100 per person for the booking as a deposit. So whereas we usually have a $400 deposit, which is refundable on board of their sailing, we've reduced that now to $200. So it's $100 per person or $200 for the stateroom. For those who've had their cruises cancelled, or they've had to cancel themselves, I always recommend, because there's updates all of the time, Craig, I recommend they go to our website and go to the travel dates or travel status at the top of the header, and see what the new updates are, whether it's the future cruise credit, which we're doing at 125%, and what can be refunded, and how far out they can actually cancel. If they've got a cruise and they're worried about it and it's in September or October, they still have, I mean, up until the end of September, we have our cruise assurance program, which means that they can cancel up to 48 hours before. So we've reduced the deposits, and we also, anybody who books into a suite stateroom or above, a suite or a yacht club, will get free Wi-Fi for that sailing too. And because with MSC, we would say free means free, and that also means that if they did have a cruise, or they did earn a certificate or an onboard reward of 30% off their next cruise, and it expires, and it's expired now in 2020 because of what's happened, we're extending that expiry date until the end of December 2020. So December 31st, 2020, they could still use their expired certificate or their expired 30% off voucher that they may have earned on a previous cruise.
That's great. That's very, it's nice of MSC to be so flexible in light of the events. Okay, so MSC doesn't supply a win-loss statement. So as a player, the burden is on you to track your wins and losses on MSC. But, for some people, they don't mind that, especially if they hit a jackpot over $1,200, because MSC doesn't do a W-2 form that they have to fill out. And I know everybody reports those jackpots no matter what, but that, I think that goes hand in hand, right? No win-loss statement, no W-2. It's just you guys stay out of the American tax system with regards to casino players.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So any plans? I know you guys are heavily focused in Florida. That was where the first ship came, I believe. And do you guys have plans to expand throughout the United States?
Yes. First, like I say, we've actually heavily invested in making Miami our home. In the next couple of years, we're going to be building our newest terminal, which is going to fit 2 mega ships in on the same day. So it's going to be the largest terminal that is actually built down in the port of Miami. And then we're looking, as we expand into the US market, we're also looking at new destinations and new ports to embark in. And so we've already done a few sailings last year on the MSC Meraviglia out of New York City, and they were so popular. And that we have new sailings starting again out of New York, down there in Manhattan, from September the 22nd. That's the MSC Meraviglia. So that will do a month and a half out of New York. At the same time, the MSC Armonía, which is right now it's based out of Miami, will relocate to Tampa, and will start doing shorter 5 and 4 day cruises out of Tampa, which is a great place to pick up a cruise from. And you'll see some really good offers coming out in the near future with regards to sailings out of Tampa and some of the ports we go to. I mean, one of the ports they'll be going to is our private island, which is MSC Ocean Key Marine Reserve. And so they're going to see a beautiful island. I don't know whether I think a lot of your players have already seen the island that have been on there, and there's been some players that were disappointed because maybe they didn't get to see it. So I encourage them to go on one of our cruises from Tampa once they come out in November, or come down and join us on the seaside of the Meraviglia and see the Ocean Key. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
I know. I'm dying to go. I think, yeah, we did have plans to go on that one trip, and then it got delayed because it just wasn't ready. And so as soon as this all is resolved, which hopefully will be soon, I am going to hop on the first ship and go over to Ocean Key and check it out. Have you been there yet, Neil?
Craig, I haven't, so I'm hoping that I hop on the same ship as you and we go and adventure there together. I'm sure we'll have a good time.
Excellent. Well, I know a lot of people that have been following UR Comp for a while know that you were on our cruise into Havana, Cuba, New Year's. That was a blast.
That was a great crowd that you had on board, Craig. We had so much fun that cruise. I mean, all of the staff on board, all of the players that you brought with you. I mean, they were known throughout the ship. We were like friends and family in the casino celebrating New Year together. It was such an uplifting atmosphere, and we had so much fun at the same time. I can't wait to do another one of those in the near future. I know that we have some planned. It's just whether they come off, and I'm sure they will. We're looking forward to that. That was a great cruise, and to go and see Havana, Cuba was an experience as well. I got to spend the whole day with you and your family and your children. We had a really good time. So thank you for that as well, for allowing me to share Cuba with you and your family too.
And thanks for allowing me to share a yard of beer with you at that one place as we watched live music. And anyway, that was great. Little did we know that Havana would be shut down to U.S. cruises shortly thereafter, but what a memory. And I know we're going to have more memories. We're going to have more offers coming live from MSC soon, so stay tuned for that. All right, so Neil, as everyone starts planning their next MSC trip, they're curious what new offers you guys have right now, what promotions you have to give people an incentive to book with MSC today.
Well, apart from the offers we already have, where as long as they qualify, they can go on any of our ships for 10 nights or less, which is a great offer in itself, because again, we have no port charges and fees that your players need to pay. It's a completely free cruise, so that's an offer in itself. And we also have the extension of the certificates that they may have, or the refunds that they may get from cruises that were cancelled. The other offers that we have are going to be a lot more of those port charges and fee cruises only that we offered to your players earlier on this year. I know we had a lot of bookings from UR players, and they were so popular that we will be, as soon as we know when we're going to be sailing, you should see those offers, Craig, that we can give to your players, and hopefully they'll take full advantage of that as well. So that's a great thing we've got coming down the line. Plus, we're going to have plenty more newer offers coming on for qualifying periods and for qualifying tiers and levels. I think your guests are going to benefit, your players are going to benefit a lot from what we send out in the coming weeks and months. Yeah, with regards to new cruises.
Well, I know I'm excited about it, and I can't wait to get back on board with you guys and and sail somewhere cool like Ocean Key. So, Neil, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Oh, Craig, it's always great to spend time with you. It's always great to let your players know what's happening. Your players are our players, and we feel privileged that they come and sail with us on MSC, and we're looking forward to welcoming them back as soon as possible. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again. We'll be talking to you soon, Neil.
Okay, Craig, have a good one. You take care. Your family too.